is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you out a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. Today we're going to talk about the Rockets again, as they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA. And one of the discussions right now is how unstoppable, how unguardable, and is James Harden one of the best scorers ever? I think you definitely got to put him in the conversation as one of the best and most unstoppable scorers. Anytime you're averaging 30 points a game, that just shows you that you're one of the best players in the NBA. Especially offensively. Not too many people have averaged 30 points a game, and those that did was obviously some of the best scorers to ever do it. And James Harden is averaging over 30 points a game. He's averaging close to 33 a game, closer to 33 than 32. And if he gets to 33, that's going to be Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant numbers, even Kevin Durant, who I believe is the best scorer of the generation because he has the most scoring titles too. But at the end of the day, he was able to give you 32 points on 50, 40, and 90 damn near that season. James Harden averaging around the same points with 32, but he wasn't as efficient as Kevin Durant was when he averaged 32 and Russell Westbrook got the surgery on his knees. But James Harden is still doing it his own way. He has found something that breaks the game, which is putting the switch and embarrassing whoever is guarding you, and he's putting people on the island. The guy is literally going out there destroying defenses, going out there and embarrassing people. I done seen games where he had Jimmy Butler on him and he's still doing whatever he wants. He has Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green guarding him, and he's doing whatever he wants to anybody. He has even the best centers trying to guard him when they switch, and he's literally doing whatever he wants. And the thing that makes him so unguardable is not just his scoring, it's his passing. You know, he puts you in these triple threat positions where either he's going to get the three, or he's going to get the layup, or he's going to lob it up to Capella or kick it out to PJ Tucker in the corner. The scary part about it is Clint Capella is one of the best finishers around the rim, and PJ Tucker is one of the best corner 3-point players in the NBA, and he actually shoots the highest percentage in the corner. So you have one of the best scorers, one of the best 3-point shooters in the corner, and he really is the best on the left corner. Nobody shooting a higher 3-point percentage than PJ Tucker in the left corner. Then you got to realize that Clint Capella is one of the best finishers. So when you see James Harden scoring, you think he's selfish and all he's doing is throwing up a bunch of bull, which he could take better shots and he can dominate more efficiently if he really chose to continue to do other moves besides the same one. Because the step back is tough. You're shooting a step back over 6'4" to 6'8" to even 7-footers. Even though you are getting them off balance and you are getting a clean look at the basket most of the time, it still is a tough shot because the 3-point shot is the hardest shot because you got to shoot it long, soft, so that way it can still go into the rim, but you also got to shoot it strong enough so that it can get to the rim. So James Harden, this is a shot that he's starting to perfect. He used to do the step back mid range. He took it to another level and did the step back three, and he's starting to master it. And if you really want to be a great scorer, you have to master the game, and you have to put, what he's doing now, put these players and the teams in situations where this is what I'm going to do. And if you don't have the defense and if you can't really stop it, then you're just going to lose. And I told you guys going into the season, this Rockets team is going to be unstoppable. But I didn't see it happening like with no Chris Paul, no Carmelo. I thought that they'd be a big part of the reason why this team is great offensively. And then you can also make the argument that that's why they're not that great offensively, because they just don't have enough pieces and enough players to create their shots when James Harden's off the court or when he's a little fatigued, even though he hasn't really shown that much sign of fatigue, but he has to do so much that the offense is a little predictable, but he's so great at it and so mastermind at it that you can't really do much. But if he had a little bit more help, this team would be one of the top 10, top 5 offensive teams if they had other players helping them out, because Eric Gordon has played a little bit better, but he still has a shooting drought. He still shoots tough shots, and he just hasn't been making them consistently, but he's been doing that majority of the season. And on top of that, outside of PJ Tucker, they don't have a sniper from the 3 point line. And even if you do count PJ Tucker, he can't create his own shot outside of spot ups in transition. And then Clint Capella can't either. So you have role players around him, but he still does need another guy that can get their shot consistently, because when the game slows down and James Harden shots is not falling like he does in a lot of fourth quarters, you hoping that your defense can carry you. That's something that they did last year. Their defense was able to carry them, and it was just damn near as good as their offense. And that's something that we haven't really seen that the Rockets this year, even though their defense has got better. And you can put a lot of credit at to, like I said, Clint Capella had to get better, and he's playing better defensively as switching and rotating, and it has helped their defense a lot. But with the addition of Chris Paul, hopefully they can take another step defensively, because he has always been one of the best defensive point guards in the league. And if he can come back and at least give you that 3 and D, which is because that's all he really became the last couple of years. It's just an isolation 3-point shooter like James Harden, but he still was able to guard the point guard position. And if he's able to do that with the improvement of James Harden defense, and now he's helping in steals, and now he's trying to guard people one-on-one, that's something that James Harden wouldn't even come close to do 3 to 4 years ago, and it's something that he's starting to do now. And I'm glad that he's starting to try to be a better defender and a more of a two-way player, besides just an all offense player. But James Harden, I think he can keep this up. Last year, he was basically on the same type of streak, and he was able to average 30 points a game last year. Obviously, he's playing at a higher level this year, averaging 33 points a game almost. But that just shows you that he has improved on what he did last year, and he's getting better at it. The more you do it, the more it becomes repetition, the more it becomes muscle memory. So he's starting to master that step back. He's starting to master his game, because he does it each and every night. Plus, he does it in practice. Plus, he continues to work on it, and you're starting to see the results that James Harden has really became unguardable. I feel like he was unguardable years ago, especially because he can get to the free throw line anytime he wants to. But now he's making more shots. Back then, he gave you a lot of free throws and shots. Now he's giving you both. And that was one of his biggest criticisms, and that's one of the things he's doing now. Now he's showing you that he can score from wherever he wants on the court, which great scorers have to do. But not only that, he can still get to the paint. He can still get to the free throw line. He can still knock down mid-range when he wants to. But he also is a great three-point shooter, especially off the dribble. And that's tough to do. But they still got strides to go. And the main reason why I bring up the team is to end the argument. James Harden can win MVP this year. They're 19 and 15. They're in the conversation for moving up from 7th to 3rd. And if they can do that, that's going to help his case. I feel like my top 5 MVP, number 1 is Kawhi Leonard, number 2 is Giannis, number 3 is Kevin Durant, number 4 right now is James Harden. He used to be not on my list because they was out of the playoffs, but if he continues to win and continues to play at the level he's playing now, which is damn near one of his best stretches in his whole career, if not his best stretch in his whole career, especially scoring the basketball, but assist-wise, it isn't. But the guy just put up 50. Then he put up 40. Then he put up 40 again last game. Then he's put up 30 last game. So it's like the dude is just on fire. And at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to deny how amazing this season has been. He's having a better year than his MVP season. The only thing really that's holding him back from getting back-to-back MVPs is winning. And if they can continue to win, especially with him playing the way that he's playing, and they move up to that top 3 seed in the West, it's going to be hard not to have him pass up Giannis and pass up Kawhi. And if you really think about it, it's not crazy. And the reason why it's not crazy is because he's had these last 2 months, he's having just as good as a season as they're having. The only difference is Kawhi Leonard is number 1 in the NBA, and Giannis is right behind him. It's going to be hard to catch them because they've been so great and they've been winning games consistently this whole year. So they will have to have a dramatic drop-off record-wise for the Rockets to catch them. But if the Rockets can continue to win games, then, it's going to be hard to deny that James Harden is the MVP. Remember, Russell Westbrook, he won MVP without even winning 50 games. I think this Rockets team might not win 50, especially because they got off to a bad start and they don't really have that much room for error. But if they can continue winning these games, get Chris Paul back, and become a better defensive team and start hitting on cylinders offensively, they're going to be a tough team to cover. Plus, they're going to be a respectable to slash elite defensive team, and they can pretty much run off some more wins and possibly get into, that third seed. It's going to be hard to get first and second, but it's not impossible because it's still early in the season. You still got over 50 games to go. So something can happen. Injury, trade. Daryl Morey is never done changing the roster, adding to the roster, but we haven't seen them healthy enough. And that's the thing. Once they get healthy, can they finally get on the same page and can they make a run? That's going to be the key to James Harden winning the MVP. Can they win enough games to solidify that he's really putting the team on his back? Right now, it looks like it, but he hasn't been able to do it all season. These last, especially this month, he's been on fire and they've been winning. And now you're starting to hear people put him in the MVP conversation. I'm willing to put him number one, but he got a couple more months to prove it. Giannis been consistent. Kawhi Leonard, when he has played, has been as consistent. And Kevin Durant has looked as good as he ever been right now also. But he still can take it to another level too. And if he doesn't, James Harden just going to leapfrog him and take his spot for number 3. And then if he can get the team success and continue to play at the level he's playing at right now, then he can get all the way to number 1. This is one of the closest MVP races that I have seen. Nobody is a clear-cut number 1 right now. Giannis is leading a lot of people votes, and so is Kawhi Leonard is starting to get in the top 3. He's my number 1. But also, James Harden is making a case right now that he deserves to be in that conversation. And he's actually the most talked about outside of LeBron right now. And that's going to help him narrative-wise to help win the MVP, especially if they continue to win. A lot of people are already saying James Harden putting the team on his back. He's doing whatever he can. Whatever James Harden is, that's what they're going to be. If James Harden is off, they're going to lose, which is all probably true. But at the same time, that's just giving you more case of why he should be the MVP. So let me know what you guys think. Can James Harden win MVP? Should he be the MVP? Is he a little overrated this year? Is he one of the best scorers ever? Is he one of the most unstoppable players ever? It's going to be hard not to say he isn't when he's averaging almost 33 points a game. As of right now, he is one of the most unstoppable. He's a scoring champion already, averaged 30 already, and now he's taking that to another level this year. So I don't see why he wouldn't be in the MVP conversation, and I don't see why he wouldn't be the scoring champion when there's such a gap. Only thing that's really stopping James Harden from winning a scoring championship is staying healthy. If he stays healthy, he basically ran away with it already. Other than that, he can average 25, 27 a game, and he's still going to end with the scoring championship at this point. So I think that's a lock right now outside of injury. Check out my older videos, analysisplayground.com. Check out my website. Will be in the description. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for liking on Facebook. Also, I enjoy making these videos. I continue to watch. I make videos every single day. And I also do trades, free agent signing, buyout signings. I make NBA breakdowns. I cover the draft. All things NBA I do. So if you're new to the channel, check out my older videos and subscribe. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching them. That's why I continue to go. I'm gone.